Opera SM here with a deck tech for Hunter X Bonder bottom node. The secondaries are summoned 4 or more non-human creatures and activate a Planeswalker's loyalty ability 2 or more times. Since the beginning, this deck I call BlinkRay is probably one of the most consistent combo decks in Standard in terms of going off on an early turn to win. It is using Kalemne, Disciple of Erois, and that is important, using its first loyalty ability, which only costs 4 for the greater avatar of Erois token. When it's on the board, your first creature gets +X and gains haste. X is equal to your experience point, and then when you cast a creature card with base cost 14 or greater, you gain 2 experience. So that combos very well with Yorion Sky Nomad. Its companion ability is important. You have to build your deck with 2 or fewer spells. Sorry, Casey, I think you ran into a problem with that earlier today, and I was hoping to record this video earlier, but I was having some internet troubles. But when you meet that companion ability of 2 or fewer spells in the deck, when this creature enters the battlefield, exile each other creature you control, then return those to play under your control with their reinforcements. Note that it is legendary. So combine that with Charming Prince. When this creature enters the battlefield, return target creature you control to your hand. If that creature is legendary, it gains full mana. So effectively what we can do after using Kalemne's L1, cast Yorion, cast Charming Prince, bouncing Yorion back to hand. It will have full mana since it's legendary. Yorion will then come onto the battlefield, blink Charming Prince. Charming Prince will then flicker it again, thus the BlinkRay. So that's effectively the combo of the deck. And then every time you cast Yorion, you get 2 additional loyalty. So he will grow larger and larger and larger, and it gets +X and haste, where X is your experience counters. So effectively you keep looping back and forth until Yorion is arbitrarily large, so it can one-shot haste swing in the air at your opponent. The rest of the deck is just a way to assemble this using my favorite card, Unpredictable Cyclone, which effectively we call Predictable Cyclone, because if the only non-cycling cards in your deck are stuff that you want to fetch up, you can reliably get it. So since we need these 2 creatures, what we will do is have 5 other creatures which cycle. It doesn't really matter. The only important thing, and it is very important, is you want creatures that have less than 14 converted mana cost, because the L1 of Kalemne says, in addition to the greater avatar of Erois token, you fetch the first creature card from your library with base cost 14 or greater. You want to ensure that that will always fetch Yorion. So not only do you have Unpredictable Cyclone, which when it's on the board, then you cycle a creature and you get either Charming Prince or Yorion to hand with full mana, but you also have the L1, which will fetch Yorion guaranteed. So it is a very consistent assembly. We only have 7 creature slots, so for the last slot, I run Ruinous Ultimatum. It's a great board wipe. It can deal with things that might shut down your combo, like disabling abilities, things that prevent you from casting stuff, all that, and then 1 other cycling spell. Again, it's important you only have 2 spells in the deck to meet Yorion's companion ability, so it will actually do the flicker thing when it enters the battlefield. I use Shredded Sails just because it can deal with artifacts. Supports are usually the things that would be problematic. It theoretically deal with an opposing flyer as well. So let's go ahead and play it, and it works really well here because Yorion is a non-human creature, and then since the L1 of Kalemne only cost 4, it's very easy to activate that 2 times. So that's the quick deck tech, and I will pause here and we will do a playthrough as well for you to see.